Hello and welcome. In this lesson, we're going to show you how you can filter Power BI data into a SharePoint list. So you can see I have some Power BI data in a table. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you can use Power Automate to take this information in this Power BI table and filter it down to specific information into a SharePoint list. Now, the very first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that this report is in a workspace. So let me show you. So you can see I have let me show you. There it is. I have the report inside of a workspace. So that's the very first thing. Make sure it's in a workspace. All right, so let's go back to Power BI. All right, so the next thing you have to do is make sure that DAX query view is turned on. So what does that mean? So we have the report view. That's the top one. That's what we're already in. We have the table view. We have the model view. And we have what's called the DAX query view. Make sure that this is turned on. Now, if you don't have it turned on, you can go to File, Options and Settings, Options, and it's in the preview features. So make sure it's turned on. All right, so once all that is set up, I'm going to show you how you can use the performance analyzer to get the DAX query out of this table. All right, so we're going to go to the Optimize menu and select Performance Analyzer. And we're going to press Start Recording. And we're going to press Refresh Visuals. Now you'll see that I only have one visual, which is the table. I'm going to click the plus sign. Then I'm going to go to Copy Query. Then I'm going to go to DAX Query View. Let's create a new query and just paste the DAX query. All right, so this is the DAX query that makes up that table. Now I'm going to press the Run button. And you see the results. We have equipment part number, equipment manufacturer, description, quantity, and inventory manager. Right? So this is the results that we need. We're going to take this result and put it in our Power Automate flow. So I'm going to copy all of the contents. by hitting select all, or Control A is select all, then Control C to copy. So now it's in our clipboard. All right. So the next step is we need to create our SharePoint list. Show you, I already have a SharePoint list created. So I have a SharePoint list called TBL_equipment. It has columns such as the title, description, manufacturer, quantity, and inventory manager. Basically the same column names as in our Power BI table. So we're going to take that Power BI table, the data, and filter it and put it in here. All right, so once we have all that set up, we're going to create our Power Automate flow. Now, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat. So let me go back to Power BI. We go back to the report view. So Power BI has a Power Automate visual. So I'm going to make sure I'm not selecting the table and just click on Power Automate for Power BI. It's going to bring up this. Now, see here on the three dots, we're going to click it. We're going to go to edit. This is going to start setting up our Power Automate flow inside of Power BI. Now, our trigger is going to be obviously when a button is pressed in Power BI. That's going to be our trigger for Power Automate. That's how I'll know when the flow will start. So I'm going to create a new flow. It's going to go to Instant Cloud Flow. All right, so here it is, trigger, Power BI button clicked. Okay, so I'm going to create a new step. And the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Power BI. And the action I'm looking for is called run a query against a data set, right? So again, I told you at the beginning, we need this report to be in our workspace. So it is. So we're going to simply select where the workspace is. It's in my workspace. The data set is called equipment. And the query text is from our DAX query view. I'm going to press Control and V to paste. And there's our query text. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to let's go to CSV. And we're looking for the create CSV table. All right, where it says from, I'm going to select first table rows. Now let's give this flow a name. I'm going to call it transfer from Power BI to SharePoint. I know we haven't done the SharePoint part yet. Let's save it. Save and apply. So that save and apply button actually takes this flow and applies it to our button. You'll see once we come out of here that the Power BI visual or Power Report or Power Automate visual will turn into a button. Let's go ahead and run this flow. So I'm just going to run it right here. Run flow. All right. So I'm going to get the results from this flow. It's still running. Once it's done, I'm going to go inside of it and show you the contents. While it's doing that, let me check the chat. Okay. Any questions so far? All right. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Flow is successful. Now, once this opens up, we're going to go inside of this create CSV table, and I'm going to show you what we get here. All right, so you see this is our actual output. This information is what we're going to be sending to SharePoint. And look, it's already in what's called a JSON format. So I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to Control A to copy it, or to select everything, Control C to copy. So we have this data, right? In the format that we want. We want to send it from Power BI to SharePoint. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the way to send the entire table. So I'm going to add another step. So we're going to export the entire table, and then I'm going to show you how to filter the table. So go to new step. Now that that's already in JSON, I'm going to type JSON. See what it says, parse JSON. All right, so now it's asking me for content. I'm going to select first table rows. We don't need this step anymore. You can remove it. First table rows. I'm going to press to generate from sample. I'm going to paste our sample JSON. Done. No, so now it puts it into the schema. Okay. Now what we need to be looking out for is if any of these types say integer. You see right here it says quantity integer. There is no integer type for data type for JSON. It changes from integer to number. So any ones that say integer, make sure it say number. All right, that's the only one. String, object, okay. So we have this. Now, it's simple at this point. The next step, we're going to go to SharePoint. and we're going to look for the create item action. All right, so it's asking for the site address. And the list name. All right, so now if we go to advanced options, you see how it pulls up the columns for that SharePoint list. So now that we've parsed our JSON, we can simply map it to each column. So we have the title. So I'm going to put the part number in the title column. I'm going to put the description here, the manufacturer here, the quantity here, and the inventory manager here. Okay, easy, right? Let's go to save and apply. All right, let me check the chat real quick. All right, any questions? All right, let's go back. Now, I'm going to run this flow in, and you're going to see that it's going to transfer the Power BI table, the data in the Power BI table to SharePoint. Done. All right, so it's running right now. While we wait, are there any questions of what I went over? All right, still running. Let's see what's going on here. All right, flow ran successful. Now let's check it. So I'm going to go to SharePoint. Hit refresh. You see that the data from Power BI has been transferred to SharePoint. Now, this is the entire data set. Right? We haven't done any filtering yet. So next step, we're going to show you how to filter. Just want to show you the process first, okay? Delete. Filters out everything. Oh, still got more. All right, it should be everything. Yep. All right, so let's go back. We'll go back to Power BI. Okay, so showed you how to transfer the table from Power BI to SharePoint. Now I'm going to show you how to filter. You see how our Power Automate visual turned into a button? So we could just press the button, it will do that same flow. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to filter the Power BI data. Okay. So we need to filter this information. We need to create a measure. So I'm going to go to New Measure. I'm going to call this Measure Selected Inventory Manager. All right. I'm going to use the selected value measure. Selected value. And select the inventory manager from the equipment table. So now I have a measure. So let's go to a card visual. I'm going to select inventory manager, right? Now we haven't selected any inventory manager. That's why it's blank. But if we select it in the table, we select Emily Young. So Emily Young shows up in as the selected inventory manager, or Jacob Robinson or Henry King, right? So what we want to do is, let's say that inventory manager wants to select their name from the table. So Olivia Martin. So it'll select Olivia Martin. And then what we want to do is have them press the Power Automate Flow button. So it only filters on Olivia Martin's information and sends that data to SharePoint. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the flow. I'm going to hit edit. Now that we've created our measure, we should be able to select it inside of our flow. See, this is where I probably have to go outside of. It should have shown our saved flow. So let me save this. I probably have to save it, come out, and go back so it can recognize that flow that we saved. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me open that again. All right, I hope it will show our flow that we saved, or we'll have to start over again. Yeah. All right, we'll have to start over again. It's fine. It's going to be difficult because I need to come in and out of this flow. And it's not saving it. Let me see. Hold on. Before we do that, no match. It's in here. You just can't pick it. I know it's in here. All right. So let me see what I'm going to do. Let me move this. All right. So we have our measure. Let's go back to the steps real quick. Hit Performance Analyzer. Start recording. Fresh visuals. Set the table. Copy query. We already have it right here. Just hit run. So we got our DAX query. Let's create a flow. Oh, before I do that. So I have this, create a flow. I'm going to add our measure while we're here. Put our measure inside. So we can select it inside once we're in the flow. Let's start, remember I selected inventory manager. So now we're going to get edit. Let's go to new, instant cloud flow. Type in Power BI. Select run a query against a data set. Select the workspace. Put the DAX query view text inside here. Type in CSV. Create CSV table from first table rows. Save this. Save and apply. And we're going to run it so we can get the results. Run flow. Done. Still running. It's done. Get the results. Copy. Edit the flow, and we're going to use the parse JSON. So we can remove this step. Content, first table rows, generate from sample, paste our JSON, done. Make sure that integer is changed to a number. All right. Now we're going to go to SharePoint. Actually, so now we have our parse JSON. We're going to go to filter array, because now we can filter our JSON. Filter array from the body of JSON. All right, we're going to say filter on the inventory manager if it contains right here. This is our measure that we created, the selected inventory manager. All right, so right here, filter array, body of JSON. We're just filtering our JSON off of the inventory manager column in JSON if it contains that selected inventory manager. Save and apply. Let's go here. Let's go back to the report. Okay. So I'm going to select Benjamin Harris. Shows up here. I'm going to press the control key to press the button to run the flow. So started the flow. Now it should just send Benjamin Harris's information over to SharePoint. So let's go to SharePoint. Let's refresh this. Maybe it's not done yet. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Ah, shoot. We forgot to do one step. And probably won't let me go in here. Let's see. We filtered our data, but we need to put the filtered results into SharePoint. Hopefully it kept our flow. We'll have to start again. Yeah. See, this is crazy. All right. So let me do this again. Go to Performance Analyzer. Start recording. Fresh visuals table. DAX query. We already have this. I'll copy the contents here. Sorry, I'm going too fast. This is the third time I've done this, so Let's go to Power BI or Power Automate. Oh, wait a minute, go back. Let's make sure that our measure is inside of the flow. All right, now we can go in here. Go to Instant Cloud Flow. Type in Power BI. Run a query against a data set. Select the workspace. Select the data set. Put the DAX query in. Let's go to CSV. Create CSV table from first table rows. Let's save that, run it so we can get the sample JSON out of here. Run. All right, so we go in here, the contents of this. We're going to select all, copy. Let's go to edit. Type in JSON. Parse JSON. Content. First table rows. Generate from sample. This is our sample. Remember, we don't need this step anymore. Delete it. Make sure integer changes to number. All right, then we're going to filter array. Filter array on the body of JSON. We're going to choose the inventory manager. It contains the selected inventory manager from our measure. All right. Then we need to go to SharePoint, go to create item, select the site address, TBL_equipment is a SharePoint list. Show advanced options. There it is. So again, we're just going to map it. Now, we're going to, instead of mapping the entire table, we can map our filtered array, right? So I'm going to choose part number. Description. Manufacturer. Quantity. And inventory manager. All from the filter array. All right? So now we have everything we need. Save it. Let's It's saved. Let's go to the report. Make this smaller. All right. So now I'm going to select, let's say, Charlotte Lewis. I'm going to press run the flow. It's going to start the flow. And we should see data from Charlotte Lewis being transferred over into SharePoint. Okay. Now let's go to SharePoint. It's probably not done yet. Any questions while we wait? Let me go to Power Automate. Let's check on the flow. Yeah. There it is, right here. Charlotte Lewis. See? There's the part number. There's a description. Manufacturer, Charlotte Lewis. All right, so it worked. Let me show you one more time. Go back to Power BI. Oh, wrong one. That's the Workspace. Let's go to Power BI. All right, so I'm going to choose Liam Thompson. So Liam Thompson is selected from the Power BI table. I'm going to press Run Flow. And you'll see that Liam Thompson's information will be sent over into SharePoint. Now we saw last time it took about 3 minutes or so. Just go to SharePoint. So that's Charlotte Lewis. Right here. Here it is. Thompson, right there. Are there any questions of what we went over? Well, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like the video and share the content with others.